Make some noise for Miguel Crandell. How old were you when we met you, Miguel?
13 years old.
How old are you now?
18 years old.
Now, this is the crazy thing about that, is because his dad really believes in him. Because his dad and mom really believe in him. Because the crazy thing about this is, if I had a 13-year-old, I don't know if he could go on tour with two rap-ass niggas. Like, I'm gonna be real. I feel some type of way because he's going on real touring in the mountains. He's going on touring in stadiums and everything at like from 13, 14, 15. But they believe in what he does. And when I seen it, I'm like, yeah, I believe in what he does too, because I'm gonna bring him on stage every night. And so he had done, the way we met was we did a song called Conor McGregor, and he did the dance to it and sent it directly to us and was like, yo, check this out. And then he came to the show, and we was like, come up on stage, and you did the dance.
Can I rewind real quick? I waited for 4 hours for these guys to come out. And now, mind you, I saw them a year before at KS 175 All-Stars.
Summer Jam thing?
Yeah, Summer Jam thing, they killed it. And I saw Tef and Hip up there, and I was like, that was the moment where it clicked for me, like, I need to be on that stage, right? And I think that goes for any artist, is you gotta be hungry for it first before anything, and I was. So I messaged Hip about seeing him at All-Stars, left on red for a year. We ain't gonna talk about it. But, and then I hit Tef, and he was like, yeah, come out for the Baby Bash show. And we all met on stage. It was the most organic thing ever.
No, we stood in front of the stage for 4 hours until we performed, and then you noticed him in the crowd, right? You're like, that's the kid that did the dance for us. We brought him up, and then ever since it's been a rap, right?
Yeah, we did the Ogden like a month after that. It was crazy, you know. I think, and it's years of doing that and really putting yourself in scenarios where you wouldn't expect yourself to be in, and how to manage yourself, right? If you're backstage with a bunch of artists, hopefully you show up where you're on point and you know what you're doing, right? And you can manage about yourself because you never know what's going to happen. And I learned a lot of that from these guys. And one piece of advice I always give is a water goes a long way. Like if they ask for a bottle of water, you go bring them a bottle of water because you never know how far that's going to take you, you know?
Here's something you said at the beginning, is you saw something you wanted and you became obsessed with that moment. You wanted to be on our stage, right? So if we rewind to everything we say today and you start identifying the goals you want, keep those goals on the top of your mind. I used to have a little board in my room where I'd have a little round table and I would have all the key players in the city at the time. Live Nation, AEG, these booking people, the Westward, all these people. And I would obsess over like, okay, I'm going to be here passing out my CDs, or I'm going to be here passing out my flyers, or I'm ancient, so we come from the CD days. But you start identifying what you want, obsessing over it, and seeing who can help me get to that next level. So the goal is the first step. Understanding, what do I want? He wanted to be on that big stage. Took him, how long, a year?
Yeah, it took me a year, but really the whole 2 years I was touring with Top Flight, every day was the question of what do you want? Like I never had an answer. Yeah, I never did. It took time to get to that point. So like a lot of artists nowadays really want to rush it and want it right now, but it's okay because these developing stages are the most important stages. And I'm still going through it and learning and trying to balance family. Shout out my mom and dad for always supporting me. And just keep the ones you love close because they're gonna ride for you no matter what. You know?
And now, speaking of that, knowing what you want, we get so he says from the first point he sees us at Fiddlers and goes like, yo, I gotta be on that stage. This is now where he starts paying attention and then you start meeting your goals and passing your goals because a year or so later, he gets on it, we weren't able to get him on Fiddlers, but he got to a stadium. He got to Sky Sox Stadium.
Yeah, that was crazy. Opening for Nelly and Fat Joe.
And you got to the point. And then you came back and said, now I'm going to make music.
Yeah, it really, it was crazy. We did the Black Box too, and I co-headlined with them. And that was really right off the tour. I was just a dancer. So what I was doing was I was going on stage and I was performing other people's songs and I was like, no, this don't feel right, you know? And then I went to the next room in the Black Box. If you ever been there, I recommend I just go through there. you go to the next room and I'm dancing for them right after my set. And I was like, you know what? I really want to tie it all together. And then that's when I started tapping into choreography and, making music. Shout out AJ. That's my guy.
Well, thinking about it, it's like, so we started as a dancer, and this is one thing that me and him used to do. When we wanted to tour in different markets, we would drive 4 hours or 6 hours to do one song, and we would talk our way onto that stage with another artist, or we would just show up. We'd sell tickets. It didn't even really matter. We would manipulate our way onto stages in different markets, and then every time we were in a different market, we'd collect phone numbers. I'd get like 30, 40 numbers of someone and people in Grand Junction, people in Utah, people here and there, and then all of a sudden we start building these people, communicating with them, sending them content, yada yada. So he starts here, he's driving 4 hours to do 1 or 2 songs, dance on stage with us. That's it. But now that he's put in all this work and we see his work ethic, start throwing him some opportunities, start teaching him, okay, this is before the app. Yo, you can do this. Okay, cool. You can sell a few tickets. Cool. Now let's double that. Give him some ideas. Now he doubles it. Now he's like, well, you did about 6, 7 shows with us as an artist, right?
Yeah, 6 or 7. I think it might have been 7.
Maybe the first one you probably didn't really make any money, right?
Well, so that's what I wanted to jump into. I was thinking about this on the way here. One piece of advice they both gave me was your first 100 shows are going to be free, and you got to be willing to make that sacrifice. And I think we after the 100th one, it's been a long time, but we did a lot of shows, and I was doing, I want to say 4 shows a week in different places, waking up, going to school, leaving, going back to the show, in different locations, and it really took a lot of a willpower to say no to a lot of things, and really tap into what I want and create content. I feel like that's the most valuable part of content.
But with our strategy of concert, Miguel shows the first one you may not have made money, the second one you probably made a little bit. By the 6th one, you were headlining, sold out, marquee pretty much, and made some good money.
Great money. And but it's with me, they always know that it's not about that for me. But if getting older now and I'm going to college in LA in a month and a half, and money's a real thing, and I don't wanna go broke, So like thinking about it now, I'm blessed to have been a part of concert when I did, and I think that all of us being here today is just one moment in history for a long time. So you guys being here today is really, really important.
See, we're at the beginning stages of a lot of this, and me and him have been touring for so long that we're now putting more energy into y'all than we are ourselves. So we're still doing shows, we're still having success, but it's not where it was, but because we're putting all our energy into y'all. So right now, since we're at these beginning stages, we're almost one-on-one mentors at the same time. I have hours of conversations with artists every day, just telling them how to do things, get on the next level. I've always been that preacher type, so Poe knows he sold out the Summit. What was it, like 6 years ago? He was killing. We're all about like building communities and stuff. So utilize us as these mentors and helping you guys get to the next level. So Miguel, he came through the process as an artist on tickets. First couple times, it was good. It got better. The more work you put in, and then you started understanding, how do I want to have 400 people here. I want to have 500 people here. So now I need to collaborate with dancers. I need to collaborate with the community to really make those numbers work for you.
Yeah, and a lot of it was, shout out to Hollywood by Dance Competition. They threw me on board and allowed me to go and teach, assist classes and all over the country. And doing that, I was able to network in different states. And I think the next step for all artists who have headline and are going through it is getting ready for those out-of-state shows, and I'm looking forward to the future.
So I want y'all to, what advice do you give to the artists who are just starting off and the artists who are, like, what advice do you give right now to any artists?
Be patient, be humble, stay hungry, don't burn a bridge.
That's a beautiful advice. You don't burn a bridge.
I was gonna get.
Hey, that's better. Don't burn a bridge. You don't have to work with somebody, right? There's artists who come and work with us and then go off and try their own stuff and then come back. There's artists who never work with us but keep a good relationship. I've never burned a bridge. If I don't like you, I just won't talk to you. But you never burn a bridge. That is key in this industry, because right now someone may not be anything, but in 3 years they may be. So, you
never know. And I think, and it was cool how it all went about, because when I first started going, it was like, I I need that one kid that's gonna change it for everyone, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, I'm dancing and going around. Little did we know, I bet they knew, I just didn't know about it. This was gonna grow to the capacity it did, and I think it's gonna branch out and touch all over the world, and I'm excited for you guys to be a part of it. Concert act.
Yeah, you just got a full ride scholarship. And do you think all these tools and resources and just this process helped you through school and helped you get to like understand?
Going, and this is advice for like my younger artists, especially going through high school and trying to make your music pop, is you're gonna hear stuff every day. And I think that goes for all artists actually. There's gonna be someone telling you that it may not be good. They were shouting stuff at me in the hallway. I dropped a song and the hook had a cuss word in it, and that kind of like, that doesn't go so high if you're a sophomore and freshman, right? And so I had to learn that the hard way. But seeing that and not, Nipsey always said like, pay attention to how you react when someone like disrespects you. And I think that that's very important as an artist, because you should take that and you should let it motivate you. And I think that you're gonna hear a lot, but for my younger artists, keep in tune, stay with it, don't burn a bridge like I said, but also take your time, be patient. It's okay. I'm still learning how to be patient too, and I'm still eager out to go to LA and stuff in a couple months. I'm going to Huston College in Los Angeles, and it's a big movie lot where they're going and shooting a bunch of Netflix specials every day. They're on set 24/7. I'm gonna learn how to be a commercial dancer. Also tap into to my music as well. But I think taking a step back as an artist, and really making that move as an adult is what I'm looking forward to in my future. And I'm really excited to see what happens here. And I can't wait to come back in and see who's jumping. It's gonna be it's gonna come back full circle.
Make some noise for Miguel Crandell.
Yeah, no, these guys changed my life, and I'm actively watching them change a lot of lives. So you gotta take into account that you're not the only one. Be patient, and you're gonna shine no matter what. I gotta run out to rehearsal. Back to rehearsal.
This kid works 8 to 12 hours a day, every day for his craft, and that's why he's moving as fast as he is. Every day, it's probably like 8 to 12 hours, right? Maybe 15, some?
The past 2 weeks, I've gone 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day, like 5 days in a row. So right now, I'm like pushing, but a sacrifice you gotta make and go back to it, and then you can take a bath because it's Sunday. You feel me?
Make some noise again. The more time you put into this, the more you get out of this. Everyone wants, like you said, being patient is one of the key factors to this whole entire thing. Everyone wants it the next day. They want that hit song, they want that tour, they want this. Being patient but still staying hungry and doing something that moves you towards your goal. I think that's one of the key things. Is everyone like, oh, what's the secret? You can just put it in your mind and it's gonna come. No, you have to put it in your mind, then you have to work for it, then you have to become obsessed about it and grind. So if you guys want to do a couple shows here and there, that's cool. That's the love of you guys. If you want to tour, that's it. The more time you put in, the more you get out. Thank you again, Miguel, for it.
Thank you guys. Thank you for letting me be a part of the platform. I'm gonna run the rehearsal. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.